What's poppin' YouTube? It's me, Thydrain. I'm finally back. So, in case you didn't tell by the little change of environment, I've moved again. What a surprise. Moving every year. And I'm very sorry for the lack of uploads. I'll probably fix that. No promises, because I'm in my senior year of high school now, and that is the legit busiest time of your life. But, I digress. So, in case you couldn't tell by the title, I caught up to Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2, and it is actually that good. I've kind of been taking a break from anime since Oshinoko dropped, and I just haven't touched anything like that since. It's mostly because life's just been busy. But I've been seeing a lot of edits of oh, Yuji loses his shit and he finally accepts that he is Mahito or whatever. And I was really confused because I am you, that's a weird lesson for a hero to learn from a villain. So then I caught up to Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2, and holy shit, the writing goes so hard. So, I'm gonna do a brief summary. Obviously, there's spoilers, so keep that in mind. Basically, Season 2 starts with a little flashback to, Geto and Gojo's backstory. It's before JJK 0, and it basically tells why Geto became evil, why Gojo became Gojo, and it sets up a lot of shit that goes on later. Specifically, one character, Toji, but we'll get to him in a second. So, basically, the first few episodes are just kind of, oh, haha, we're, goofy little high schoolers. It's basically Jujutsu Kaisen, and then late Jujutsu Kaisen, shit turns up. Like, the girl they were protecting dies, everything goes to shit, Gojo dies, Gojo comes back, Gojo is high, Gojo kills Toji, Toji says, hey, keep an eye out for my son, and then fucks off. A lot happens in a few episodes. Geto becomes evil, and it sets up future conflicts. So then, I think this whole, thing works wonderfully as an opener for Season 2, because it sets up why Gojo's powerful, and it sets up, how strong he is, all the shit that he gets up to, and it sets up a central conflict between him and Geto, which is then later explored at the start of the second arc of Season 2, the Shibuya incident, where they immediately capture Gojo after he slaughters, a bunch of cursed spirits. Shout out Hanami. Died in the most epic fucking way possible. Gets crushed to death on a wall. And then, Geto shows up with a fucking little box, tosses it at him, captures Gojo. Gojo's sealed. Everybody's fucked. Everything goes to shit. And then, everybody starts dying. And that's basically how the Shibuya incident works. It goes oh, we're fighting Cell's brother or whatever, that grasshopper dude is, to, oh shit, Jodo showed up, killed, 3 of the very plot-relevant people, then starts fighting Sukuna, destroys almost all of Tokyo. Sukuna then wins, tells Jodo, stand proud, you can cook. And then, goes to heal Megumi, and whatever's left of Tokyo is destroyed in the fight that was caused by Megumi because he summons Maharaja. That motherfucker is so suicidal because that boy is ready to summon Maharaja, which literally costs him his life at any chance. It's actually insane how much he wants to die. But Maharaja, or Makura in the anime, and Sukuna just rip through the city, and then after that, we get to the fun stuff of oh, haha, fuck this kid, I'm gonna drink some juice, eat some popcorn, so I can make Yuji throw up the second that he gets back into control. Which happens. Yuji gets back into control, throws up, and he's like, what the fuck have I done? They place a opening at the very end of the episode, which, to a lot of American viewers and a lot of people who don't speak Japanese, myself included, seemed really inappropriate. Especially because it's no, what am I doing? You are my special. But in the context of the like actual Japanese language, it makes sense because the song's supposed to be like the curse spirits taunting Yuji. And I saw another interpretation where it's just like it kind of feels like even the world itself, like the existence of the anime, isn't giving Yuji a break to mourn, which comes in later because Mahito shows up, starts killing everybody that Yuji cares about, shows up, kills Nanami, and was probably actually one of the most beautiful scenes I've seen in anime. Like the way that they like match cut Nanami like stretching on the beach of like his vacation of his dreams, where he's gonna like read the books that he's had, retire, everything, versus like the actual reality where Nanami's entire like left side is just burnt to a crisp. The flesh is exposed, like he's dying and he's just trying his best to fight so that he can make Yuji's job easier and everything. That's probably the most beautiful scene in anime I've ever seen. And then Mahito shows up, kills Nanami in front of Yuji, starts taunting him because Yuji's like, Mahito, what the fuck are you doing? And he starts like screaming and shit. And he's like, you don't have to scream. I'm right here. Which, shut up, Mahito. I hate that little shit, but that's kind of why I love him. Because as an author, I respect the fuck out of anybody who can make a really easy to hate villain. Like, if that person does despicable things and they just make you want to like jump into that fictional world and just strangle them, I think that is a sign of excellent writing. Because there's a lot of villains in anime that are just kind of like, oh, okay, all right, man. That's the fucking dude from SAO, like Arc 2 or whatever, where he was just like, oh, I'm going to marry Asuna. Like, all right, man, sure, do whatever, my guy. Like, I think Mahito and a lot of the JJK villains are written so wonderfully, so despicably. It's just, wow. But yeah, then Mahito shows up, kills Nobara. I'm pretty sure she's in a coma and her wounds won't get worse. And she died, but she's still being kept alive in hopes that she'll be brought back. I don't know. I think it's a whole lot of copium on the side of Nobara fans, but that's just me. And then finally we got Toto. He isn't killed. He actually has high-key like the best fight of season 2, in my opinion. Maharada fight is pretty cool, but I like the communication between Toto and Yuji. Also, Toto's just awesome. Shows up on the speech, gives Yuji like a pep talk. He's like, you know, all good things must come to an end. And then it shows like a sick ass shot of him like, but we are the exception. Like, they made this motherfucker too cool. Yeah, like, and then Mahito gets beat down by Yuji and Toto before Mahito takes off Toto's arm or whatever, achieves like fucking nirvana, and then Yuji rips apart Mahito. And then there's the iconic scene that everybody knows, even if you're not caught up to the thing, where it's like the where you go, I go. That's not actually the music that plays. It's a lot less American, but, or I guess Adele's British. But regardless, that happens. There's like the running through the snow. Then Choso comes over to save Yuji from Geto. Choso reveals then that he's Yuji's brother. The fucking, what's their name, students? The Kyoto students show up, do nothing, leave. And then Jujutsu Society like turns against Yuji, Gojo, everything. Overall, it's a lot that happens in like 10 episodes. Like, the second half is all 10 episodes. That's kind of just a big wheel that just keeps rolling down a hill, getting faster and faster until eventually it crashes into something. That's kind of how I describe like the second half of season 2, as opposed to the first half, which is just like, oh, you know, Here's Gojo and Dato. Yippee. But regardless, I believe that JJK's like writing of Mahito and Yuji as good parallels is genius because of the fact that they, like, Mahito ultimately is fighting for his people. Even if he's not really like, oh ho ho, I have loyalty to my cursed spirits, he's fighting for the cause that his people believe in, which is, oh yeah, cursed spirit superiority. Versus Yuji, who fights for, we need to save all the humans, which means killing all the cursed spirits. You know, because Mahito is like, oh, superiority for cursed spirits, kill all the humans. And they have a very interesting, like, mirror to each other. I'm pretty sure Mahito was confirmed to be the fear of other humans for, like, fear factor or whatever he is. But, they're just a really nice mirror of each other. And Mahito being like, oh, you're not going to beat me until you realize that, is also great because Yuji kind of just works in a really naive mindset. For the most part, he's just like, I just want everybody to have a good death, man, which is ultimately an honorable thing to do and probably something that's possible. But his, like, idea of, like, I'm just going to save anybody and everybody who, you know, I can, I'm just going to save them and it's going to be awesome and I'm going to be a hero to everybody. And why can't these cursed spirits just let me kill them? I'm the good guy. But Mahito brings up that thing of, like, hey, you aren't the good guy in everybody's eyes. To me, you're the villain. And eventually, I'm just going to forget about you, just like any other villain in anime. Like, I just genuinely think that the Shibuya incident is actually amazing. And also, hidden inventory is cool, I guess. Gojo becoming the honored one or whatever. That's alright. But Shibuya incident, please, JJ, don't ruin the story. I don't know anything about the manga, so don't spoil it in the comments, but that's basically my thoughts on the Season 2 adaptation of JJK Season... I guess Season 2 would all be redundant in that sentence. Hidden inventory and Shibuya incident. There we go. So, as always, thank you for watching. I'll try and upload more frequently. There's no promises, though. I kind of suck at it. But we'll try. Keep in mind, I will probably get around to a Tears of the Kingdom review because I did play that a year ago. Maybe since it's been like a year, I can replay a good chunk of it and see how I feel about it. Because a lot of the, like, of release hype has kind of died down. But whatever, I digress. As always, thanks for watching. Leave a comment down below what you would want me to review next. And I will see you all next time. Bye.